I do not need someone to prove how good I am. It's not something about me anymore. I'm just merely there to let you prove how good you are. I think we want to recognize for our efforts, right? Hair is beyond just a haircut. It is about trust.
There's an inner desire to look a bit more unique, look a bit more special.
For your clients, are they a certain industry, demographic?
So it's not what they do, it's how they view themselves.
All right, welcome back to part 2, where we're going to talk about the business model behind the hair industry. Well, many people think that the hair industry is about service, retail, and finding employees, right?
Who is not? Who is not looking for employees?
Yes.
And of course, different model also.
And different
right?
models, right? But of course, having spoken to a thought leader, 30 years in the industry, there are a lot of very interesting perspective that he's going to share with us in the upcoming questions, right? So stay tuned. Okay, Guang Yao, welcome back. That was an amazing conversation at the start about culture. I don't know, I think humans are just fascinated with culture. Because
Especially now.
It's part of us. I mean, that's what shapes us and our identity, I think.
Yeah.
And I also feel that people today are more receptive in comparison to imposing. So previously in the past, I would say when I started to travel around the world, I was always being imposed by, when I go to another country, they want to impose to me. So you come to here, this is what you should do. This you come to here, this is what you should do. So I was always being constantly imposed. However, the recent years when I start traveling, people are very curious about how to connect.
Right.
Oh, from where you are, what do you all do? Is this okay? Are you comfortable with this? So I feel that the cultural part of things, I think maybe also through all the media, all the social media, we are getting to the point where we are open to learning from each other. Rather than trying to let people know that we are better, I think we can learn from each other to be better.
Yeah, I really like that. And I think that nicely goes into our next phase of conversation on business model. Because one thing I noticed about you is that you are very collaborative. I remember you told me about pre-COVID, what you did was to gather a few of your fellow hairdresser friends to come together to share a little bit more about the industry practice. Could you share a little bit more about that?
It all started out one day out of a spur of a moment that, my salon anniversary is coming out. So it was like, June. So it was on the June 4th. And it was just nice on a Wednesday. So I was like, okay, I just make an event. I just make an event, ask friends to come. And then I just gathering. And then some people came. And when they came already, we have some conversation going on. And I felt that, actually this mood is quite good, quite nice.
Right.
So I thought maybe the next following month I start to do something else.
Okay.
So I thought maybe I do a gathering, and I was thinking, what should I call it? So at that time, just nice, there was Channel 8 morning show. That inspired me, and I called that event that I had called 跟缘有约.
根源 is your Chinese name of your hair salon, right?
Correct.
So 跟缘有约. Oh, very nice.
So from there, it just started off. Because in Singapore, majority of the hairdressers are Chinese, or they are more Chinese speaking. And if I were to use a English event, it tends to be a bit more difficult to attract people. And that was what I felt then. So I call it 跟缘有约 to attract more people. Even though I put it as, when I launched the events, is in bilingual, both English. So it started off by finding topics. So at the beginning, I thought, let's share a skill. So I invite, come in, each of us share one skill.
Okay.
Like you can learn from my this skill, you can learn from my that skill. Each of us will have a skill to learn from.
Wow.
Not necessarily you will learn it straight away, but you can at least be impressed by it. Like
Industry sharing, basically. Crafts
and hopefully that the person who is sharing has that confidence. Because my intention was to let people feel confident to showcase themselves.
Even among your peers, or some will call competitors.
Something like that. So if you can break that wall.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt that it was a good way to break down the walls. Because for my case, my opportunity to travel around the world doing seminars and classes for fellow hairdressers around the world was based on, because I am sharing my skills.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, why not? I start localized. I start with something small. So maybe that was my first topic. It did go well. We did have people to come down.
Yeah.
And then I started to think, what more can we do? And I started talking to my client. And some of my clients offered, this is a very interesting thing. Yeah, I can come down and give a talk on this topic. I can another client came in and give a talk on something else.
Wow.
So some came on HR, some talk about insurance, manpower, how to draft contract. So I use that as a topic for usually a first half of the meeting.
I see.
And then after the first half of the meeting, we have the agenda done. Then I open the floor. Everybody will just mingle and make friends.
Wow.
So I was trying to create an environment topic-based and a mingling session. So I was hoping to bring more people to come together and then break that wall down, that we can all benefit from helping each other, learning from each other. Not imposing, not trying to find fault, but rather uplift. Because if I can help the same person, help someone from my same industry, we elevate together. And what's not good about that?
Yeah.
Was this a common thing though, or was this mostly from you only?
So I had my friends, some closer hairdressing friend asking me, why are you doing this?
Yeah, because
What's your
some
agenda?
will call it your craft. You shouldn't share your craft or shouldn't share your secret recipe, right?
Yeah.
So if you do that, then naturally you are
Building your competitors.
Yeah, building
in
your
a sense.
competitors up.
Quote unquote lah.
So I will always use another angle, which sound a little bit more pompous. I'm not building my competitor, but I'm helping my rival. So with rivals, wouldn't you improve?
Yeah,
You will never
definitely.
improve without anybody that you can claim to be your rival. And when someone were to, if they want to put it, the hardest word to use is to steal from you, you made it.
Well, that's a very positive thought.
Although I must say, this is actually an interesting mindset because, my background, I was a magician, right? So I think very similar in a sense because we are crafts also.
Yes.
And one of literal determination of whether you have made it is whether someone has stolen your act before.
Oh, I see.
But then that makes you put yourself into the next position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What more can I do?
Yes.
What's next? Is there going to be a time, of course, pushing yourself to the extent where, is there any more thing that I can learn? Not to prevent, to be in the position where people want to learn more. Because if people want to learn more from you, what would you do? Learn more, lor. Isn't that a positive way to push yourself forward when you have someone chasing after you? And also at the position to give yourself that point, whether do you want to be in the position where you call the standard of good practices. People steal from you because you're good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why people want to steal from you?
Correct.
But if you're already good, then you have the opportunity, the responsibility, and the capability to set standard for better future. Then it's no longer about you already.
Yeah. And it's very interesting you say it this way, right? Because what I understood about you, you mentioned quite a few times about ethics and ethical practices in the hair industry. And I believe when you talk about ethics, right, some people have a perspective or bad experience when it comes to beauty salon, trying to hard sell them packages and then they become very uncomfortable. We see in the news where some elder folks who are less savvy,
Quite recent viral.
correct, got cheated of their hard-earned savings, right, to a beauty salon package that they will never otherwise buy. Let's talk about a little bit about ethics, right? What is your view of ethics in the hair industry today?
It may stand back. There's this whole bad practices. You might need to scale back a bit further back in history. And why did people start thinking that way?
Okay.
So it's not just about hairdressing, but rather the very mindset of job itself or work itself has changed quite dramatically during the 80s and 90s.
Oh, okay.
When our entire economy was making money. Right?
Yeah.
Right? People got money to spend. And people were spending money everywhere and anywhere. But in the earlier days, people were actually more ethical because money was there. But the bigger businesses that wanted more money was the retail environment.
Okay.
That's why during the 80s and 90s, you see Singapore, everywhere was all the shopping centers were popping out, all the big shopping centers or malls. Not only in Singapore, everywhere in the world where it's a developing country to a developed country. The same cycle.
Okay.
So people were actually enticed to learn one thing, to spend money. And then businesses is the same. Hairdresser also started to learn that. So a lot of salon businesses no longer thinking that, I'm just doing a job to get paid. I want to get paid more. Because why? I want to have more money to spend. I'm not just doing a job to earn enough for my 3 meals. I want to be able to live in a landed property. So how do I get that? And people started to be educated or sometimes being brainwashed literally by business developer or marketers or people who are investing in the hairdressing industry. Because not everyone who invests in hairdressing are a hairdresser.
Yeah.
And most of the time, hairdresser, most of them not being educated, do not understand what is called business.
So it's a finance game, basically, a capital game.
Correct. So the investors come in using first their capital investment and then their skills into advising how to do business. So the business aspect started to change.
Yeah.
The mindset of the salon or the salon owners have changed since the 1980s, 90s till today.
So that was a time where you see a lot of influx of investors or advisors coming in.
Of course, because hairdresser, how much money can you make? Unless you have a big salon, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a time where everyone knows you want to grow a business, you cannot use your own money, right?
I see.
So you get investors, then the investors will come in to help you to earn more money. You got to listen to them because they're the one that bring in the money. So they teach you how to do business. And then if they teach you how to do business and you really earn more money, you don't want to listen, man.
Yeah.
So the first intention was to earn more money. And then the investors came in with the right ability, right tools. And then the hairdresser listened. It's nothing to do with hairdressing anymore. It's about business.
The
How
objective changed.
The ROI. Like, how do you gain capital gains from your business? Yeah. So your salon is only earning this much. So why don't you come in? I come in, I give you this amount of money. We build the business. Then we try to build more money, help you to make more money. How do you change your business formula to make more money?
Yeah.
So that's where all the packages come in, all the discounts come in, all the markup and this markup first. Eventually, discount comes in.
Yeah.
Because client would only see that they benefited from it. And these practices at one point was still okay because the client are informed.
Yeah.
It's when the clients are not informed. When they started to change in terms of marketing, the words they started to twist. They tell you, you spend $1,000, you get back $1,200. So you have a $200 extra.
Yeah.
But your $200, you cannot use it unless you use it for another service, which that service is $600.
So it's a clever marketing tactics that
it is
spin the consumerism wheel, basically.
It is. That's why when you have a business mindset to understand it properly, it is still within a business aspect, right?
Yeah.
But when you have someone who is not educated and then see that and then try to spin that another way, and then that became a con.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like the objective changed, like literally from how can I serve my customers better and earn more money to how can I earn more money by stuffing them with something else.
Yes, I just need them to spend money.
Yeah.
So how I let them believe that they should spend money.
So the switch in priority
Definitely,
was
it's no longer about hairdressing. It is about a transaction. I open the business is to earn money.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm having a hair salon service, a hair salon to provide hair services. It's two different things altogether, totally different. So,
and the latter being, yes, you open a hair salon to have hairdressing services. Of course, the money will come, right? If you're doing well, because the result of a good business is that you naturally have money because your client vote for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's not the primary objective.
We were not told that was the option. Especially for the past, in recent years. I mean, how many of us are being educated with the intention to provide the very skill that we are trained for? We are educated to find ourselves to be in the best position for the highest pay. That mindset is the same across.
I see.
It is not about providing the correct service to be remunerated fairly. It is about getting myself in the best position to get the best outcome financially.
So we discussed a lot of ethics, right? Because that is part of our company's mission statement. So we understood that there are two ways a person can make money, a business owner can make money. One, through the client's ignorance.
Yes.
Yeah, so they don't know anything gong, they just buy and then you make money through ignorance. The second approach is they fully understood what you're trying to do here and you price it in a way that is fair for both parties, that is win-win for both parties. Right? That's the second way. So what you're saying here is this.
Yes.
Because the primary objective is no longer about money for ethical business. You think about what value does the client want and you price yourself according to that. And they fully understood what you are getting them into.
Yes. And sometimes out of a bonus, the client pay you more because they believe that you deserve more than you charge. And there are many a times that way.
I see.
That's why in my industry, we don't know that.
Yeah.
Many of us were not given the opportunity to understand that. So one of the reasons I am very thankful that you have this podcast with me today is I might be able to send this message out.
So tell me, right, other than selling packages, what are some sustainable ways fair ways, ethical ways to make more money in the hair industry?
Being able to provide skills that not many people can.
Oh, okay.
Usually, it's all about rarity, right? Why would we have always believed diamond is to be expensive? Because we were told that it's rare. The mindset of rare is difficult to achieve.
Okay.
So in hairdressing, can it be done that way? Yes. But the challenge is because of today's mindset. The way we think itself as a whole has a flaw. We lack the patience.
It's really a concept of delayed gratification. We want fast cash.
Because, not only that, it's because we believe that there was this, I would say, misconception being embedded by us a couple of generations before. And I personally claim the blame on the X-Gen.
X-Gen, wow, okay.
All right,
I'm not an X-Gen, so can't speak up for X-Gen, but yes, please go ahead.
Because the X-Gen, we went through this era where we were at basic technology to modern technology today. And we are still leading. If you look at a lot of the top leaders in the tech level today are mostly X-Gen. Many of them are X-Gen. That's why you all celebrate a few very young ones.
Yeah, because it's rare. 28-year-old billionaire in tech business. Wow, rare.
But the majority of the tech entrepreneur that is really making it, they're in their 50s. They are the X-Gen. Yeah. Because we were the generation where we understood tech, then we manipulate tech, and then now we abuse it. We literally abuse it.
Okay.
We know how to make use of it. And then what's worse is that we have the wisdom to impose that mindset to the younger generation with their ignorance of what we know. We know how to use it, so we can control how much the younger generation can use it. Because whatever you learn is what we teach. How can you learn something new without someone feeding you new things? Unless it's created out of the blue. Do you believe we have the ability to create anything out of the blue as of now? We don't. Everything is of information, knowledge, and expanded from the previous. If the previous tap is closed, the future generation will be controlled entirely, just like what is happening right now. And then the younger generation has been led to believe this one thing is that, okay, today your life will be easy because I have already walked the road down for you. You just follow the beaten path and you will be successful. The very notion of understanding of success is that you don't need to put in the same effort as I did and you will be successful.
Well,
how stupid does that sound?
But in Singapore, there's a lot of rise of wealth gurus, wealth and health gurus that claim that they have playbooks for success, right? Then, of course, I'm not saying that that's not true. Yes, there is true to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
But also, because of this, a lot of young people have this notion that, I can purchase a shortcut to success.
Exactly. And if I can make money, why would I let you know? I mean, if the very game itself is about making money, the only way that I will let you know you can make money is I'm making money out of you. The game book is no longer useful for you. It was useful for me, but you can try it if you want to try it. I'm saying that this game book is successful for me.
Yeah.
It's how you understand it. You think that it's going to be successful for you, good for you, you can try it. You buy my book. You buy my game. You buy my way. You go down my road. You will get to the same journey.
What is the real, based on your many years in industry, because you have gone through all seasons, right? The investor money coming in, retail's getting wiped out, and then this cycle repeats itself. And you are in the business for 30 years. That is a sign of success itself.
Yes.
No matter what revenue you make, right? That is a sign of success itself, right? So what can you say about the principle behind success in the hair industry?
Clarity.
Clarity. In what sense?
I know I'm doing hair. I've constantly knew from day one until today. And eventually, at one point, I was almost lost till I became very, very clear. I'm in the business of doing hair. But what do I do with it? My choice.
Yeah.
So I'm not a salesperson. Well, even though I am gifted by the universe to have this glib of tongue. I can sell anything I want, but I have a choice of not selling because that's not my skill. That's not where I put my skill. My skill is doing hair. So I'm very clear I'm doing the hair business. Everything around it, the aspect around it. The reason I stayed the same is because I had a chance to choose either doing business or do hair.
So at that moment of that choice, right, why do you decide to choose the hair path?
Nothing glamorous lah. So to me it was very simple. I had the yearning of a simpler life compared to many others. So I mean, we all had been in the position that why you want to earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
I want to have property. I want to have that luxurious living. I want to be rich. I want to be successful and everything. So we were all told we need to go down that route. It has never been in my playbook since young. For me, I've always enjoyed the moments. I have always felt that I'm a curious person. Even at that time when I dabble about building business, it's all out of curiosity rather than that I want to have the biggest house.
I see.
Right.
So when in comparison to doing business, which I find that doing business to make it successful, in my perspective, is actually easier than to do hair to make it better. And which one gave me a better enjoyment at that moment, at that time, was the very interactive of work and emotions that I get from doing hair. Because when I do hair, it's less transactional as I do business.
Yeah.
Doing business is very simple, very clear one, dollar and cents. I provide this service, you want, you don't want, you cannot afford, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
Your affordability is not my responsibility. But when it comes to the other way, it's my craft, my work, as I do hair, I know that when I do this, the varied outcome itself is very wide. I don't have just dollar and cents.
Yeah.
It can be more money today, lesser money maybe tomorrow, maybe yes. There's no fixation, but I know one thing's for sure is that I'm just doing hair, and I'm very clear that I can do it well, or how can I do it well? I have a very clear mind or clear path to it. So I decided that way.
I see.
It's either behind the chair or behind the desk.
So it's very interesting you said that, right? Because based on your passion on the craft of hairdressing, hairstyling, and of course colorist, it brought you to many places. So you're not just doing work in Singapore, but you travel all over the world to give talks about your craft.
I might want to make it a bit clearer. I travel around the world to learn, to see things. But I'm still, in that sense, currently with my history is I travel and I educate in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
To be more, I would say more regional than international.
Okay.
But in terms of learning, international.
I see.
When I have the opportunity to learn, if I find that I have the right time, the right place, I will go. Yeah, one of my most, I would say, mind-changing was I spent, at that time, 20 years ago, 10K Sing dollars to go to America for 3 days.
Wow.
No, 5 days. Not 3 days, 5 days. So 2 days is traveling already.
Yeah, so it's 3 days.
So why just 3 days? Why don't you extend your trip further?
In the first place, my intention was just to go there and learn.
It was a literal
very straightforward
journey.
So it was a course. Not a course, I'm sorry. It was an event which is called Salon International Business Award.
Oh, okay.
So it's got nothing to do with hair, but running the operation of salon business. And anything that is fall under the category of salon business.
Right.
So it opened up my mindset. It gave me a lot of understanding of how the industry is being played around the world and how business practices are. And that where I came out with my understanding of, it's all about the investors and how the investors help people to make money. And one of the seminars, they actually teach, they had this sales guru teaching people how to teach the business owner to teach the hairdresser how to sell. So they do a very big whiteboard and then they start calculating. It says, okay, talk to your people and let them know what is the thing that they want to achieve. And people today will want to have their LV bag. So this LV bag is $3,000. And how are you going to achieve your $3,000? You break it down to the weekly, the daily, and how much money you can make.
Wow.
So it's not about cutting off hair, because when you cut hair, you need to spend so much money, as much time, and you can only earn this much. It's all about retail. How many treatments, sell how many items. You can make the bag in 3 months' time. So you change your hairdresser to be a salesperson.
Yeah. I think nothing wrong with being very prudent about your financial calculation. But I think what you're alluding here is the heart behind it.
The very concept of the skill was actually being taken away by someone who is not doing hair.
I see.
Someone who is just very good in marketing and retail, teaching a hairdresser to throw away your hairdressing skill and then sell more shampoos. Without the understanding of, especially today's context, why should people buy shampoo from you?
Yeah.
But they will still come back for you for the haircut because it's you.
There we go.
Yeah.
So this is where I stand different. I always encourage, you can always buy your shampoo somewhere else. You get a better discount, good, save the money. Save the money and come here and cut hair. Because ultimately, I earn the money from the service that I am good at, which is hairdressing. And then everything else, if it is just retail can be anywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. But skills.
Yeah.
That's what is unique.
I think when you share that story, I ultimately I'll have a bit of a immediate knee-jerk response. It's only because the motivation of it, right, is pure monetary. And when a motivation is money as a primary priority, right, something changes in the fundamental of it.
And that's what happened to, like, just now our earlier topic when we talk about unethical business model. Because when you are in a hairdressing business, but your only reason is not providing hair services, but rather getting people to spend money, just money, then it's not about hair business. Well, I don't want to say it's a right or wrong thing, but rather it's just how you want to perceive it now.
Yeah. And what I really like about what you do is that you create more value for your clients, right? You teach them beyond that session during the hair salon. You teach them how to style their hair at home, and it becomes a lifestyle, you know. So what you're giving to them is not just a beautiful hair on the head. You're giving to them a skill set that they can take home with them to appear and be able to dress well.
I would maybe use another word rather than give. I invest. Because in a hair session, I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're merely paying me for a haircut services. Not a grooming services, not a training services.
Yeah.
So I'm not charging extra for that.
Yeah.
Actually, especially not for the first round. So first time client, when it comes to us, there's no discount. What it is, sometimes a little bit more because of the extra time. But when we talk about learning how to do their hair, how to recreate their looks, I feel that that's my responsibility to empower my client.
Yeah.
In another angle is that I also invest in my client so that they will be able to look better. And by having them having that same mindset that they deserve to put themselves in the position, they will attract the same type of people to me. That's my investment.
Yeah.
So some things in terms of the term or the mindset today that I want to share with people, the very concept of investment is not just money. Investment is a word where you put something in hope for a return.
Yeah.
So
Like
you
a
just have to be
resource.
clear.
Yeah,
What is the return that you want? So I tend to use this as a narrative even to my client. So sometimes I will actually explain to them that during this process, I will actually spend a bit more time this first round especially, so that you can empower, then you can improve. And usually it's the most basic.
Yeah.
First basic skill. You can do this. Next visit, you come back. I can see that you have improved. Let's do on something else. And then because of that, we expanded their services. If you can style your hair very nice, then I can expand it by making your nice hair nicer by doing extra colors. If you can't even get your hair nice, I put colors, it's not going to be nicer.
I think it totally makes sense because, like, if I imagine I go to a salon, I make my hair nice for that one day, right? And then I go back. The next day it starts looking flat.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what to do with it, right? Then it doesn't make sense, right? But if I go to your salon, for example, I get my hair done, and then the next day I still can get it looking like that, and the next week as well, then I feel that is a really long life of my hair, right?
Exactly.
Looking good.
And
So
if you were
I'm willing to
actually-
invest more.
If you all actually look into my content, you will see that my finished look for my content are not perfect. It is doable hair. It's like, okay, a hairstyle that...
Doable hair.
Yeah, like it's a bit more prim. It is slightly neater. It is something that, okay, you know that an effort was put in by themselves and it looked good. And I feel that is something that is something we have to be very focused on. And I give you a very interesting scenario, right? I believe most of you who have gone to the salon will have the same experience. You get to the salon to have your hair done. And then they do maybe a chemical service, a perm or everything. Then after the chemical service or after the haircut service, they spend 30 minutes to blow dry your hair, make it look very good. And then after that, what they do? Here, buy this cream. You go back, wash your hair, blow dry, it looks good already. How is it possible that a salon spends 30 minutes of the time, use many products, many tools, give you a nice hairstyle, and you only need to use one cream, one product, and just blow dry and you will look the same? How nonsensical is that? I mean, it doesn't make sense. And I feel that the clients today are more sophisticated than that they have actually evolved. We are more educated. We are more exposed. And clients today don't want to be taken for a ride. Just like what I've just shared with you, this scenario, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And many clients actually understand that today. Don't tell me something that is so nonsense. It makes sense, right? Especially for Singapore and especially for Singapore's context. We are a highly educated society, one of the most in the world. Singaporeans are actually very, very sophisticated if you give them the chance to share that sophistication together. So for hairdresser, we actually need to elevate ourselves to match up to the client. It was just yesterday, I have one client.
Yeah.
She made a remark, which I'm not sure whether should we post this one.
Yeah.
Guang Yao, I come to you because you speak proper English.
Oh.
Because I can communicate with you what I need and what I want. My first visit. That's why I come back. So sometimes when I get this, when she told me this, and this is not the first time, I actually felt very sad for my industry. Why do we have clients having that mindset? Because that is actually a very condescending mindset for hairdresser.
Yeah.
But I cannot debate with her on that. So that is where it irks me. And I get irritated when I don't have a rebuttal.
Can't have a rebuttal for everything else.
Sometimes
okay.
But I'm not honored. I'll be honest. When she said that, I'm not honored. No, I cannot say that I'm indifferent, but I'm just not honored because she said that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
I mean, there's a lot that we can talk about elevating industry, but I guess it's the stereotype that people have that is something that has started since many, many years ago,
Yes.
obviously. It's not in our generation that people think that way, right?
No, way before you.
Yeah, and of course,
Way before me.
when it comes to the hair before industrialization, the hair industry was already present. Right. So a lot of people think that hairdressing is a skill set that's for people who couldn't go through the academic route and do well in that.
Yes.
That's why they become a hairdresser. Right. So naturally there's this condescending attitude towards hairdressers whom people might think are not as educated.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you have to say about this?
I cannot debate when our very perspective of education itself is stagnated and old. Because we have to think about when was the era or when were the years where we started to have expanded or outreach of education, that we are given the opportunity of education. For Singapore, it's merely 40 years.
I mean, we are reaching SG 60, so
yeah, so
not many
it's
years.
only like since the 1980s, basically everyone will have the chance to go primary and secondary school.
Yeah.
It was the 1970s that we have for Singapore. I will say this on Singapore's context.
Yeah.
So 1970s where our country was just barely stabilizing, economy was growing, schools was built. However, not everyone was still given the opportunity for education.
Yes.
Then the government policy came in that everybody must have a minimum of a primary school education. So that was the shift. So Singapore started to change the very mindset that education will bring us out of poverty. So what happened was, by then till now, it's already beyond poverty. We never had poverty since 1980s.
yeah.
But why do we still focus on education is because we are looking not on poverty, but rather on luxury. We are looking for a luxurious living.
I see.
And the very mindset of people today is that if they are a hairdresser, they wouldn't be able to have a luxury life compared to someone who is a doctor, a lawyer, an architect, where their
banker,
income, where their income is like 5 digit, 6 digit, higher income, or at least have higher credit loans, credit limits. So for a hairdresser, when your income is low, you can't even borrow money from the bank to live like a rich person. And that mindset itself actually suppressed the industry itself. And also the industry itself, many of the successful ones who actually don't say super big some even made it to have their own. I have a friend who changed car every time Jaguar has a new series.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think that was his motivation to drive the latest Jaguar. So these are people who made it, but not all of the people who made it actually let or encourage their second generation to follow their business.
Oh.
Because they were only looking at the negative aspect of their own business. They felt that their working longer hours was hard.
Yeah.
They felt that their business is hard, very hard to earn.
Yeah.
And because all their other clients that they felt that made it was highly educated. So they give their children a higher education so that they have a chance to make it good like their client. So to me, there was a part where I felt that it's a big slap on my own industry when the industry themselves are not looking about the industry is good enough for their own children to learn.
Yeah.
So this is where I might be sounding very offensive to people in my industry. If you are not willing to let your own children come into the industry because it's very tough, what gave you the right to ask someone else's children to work for you? That's absolutely an unfair point. If you would have felt that an industry is tough for you, you only have one thing to do. Make it well, make it good enough for your own children to come in and be proud of what you are doing. And then they will further this industry in the future.
I mean, of course, from Guang Yao's perspective, he's not saying empty words. Actually, your daughter
Yes.
is in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you share a bit more about...
That's awesome. I just wanted to add something before you share about the daughter, because I had the exact experience that Guang Yao just shared. As a magician, I was a magician for a decade and a half. And one of the very clear incidences that I felt was so striking to me was when a magician who is a very, very senior veteran in the industry walked into the studio and was getting something from me. And he said, if you were my daughter, I would not let you join this industry.
Oh.
And I was thinking because also I'm young, hot-blooded, right? I still think that magic is an industry, there must be something to do, right? My thought process is then, why don't you do something about the industry?
See, bingo!
Right.
Because the thing about us is, as we reach older, we do have a responsibility for the next generation, right? Not to make the life easier for them, no. To make the life that they want to have because of you. I don't know why we have changed so much. Why are we not being inspired by the people that we are close to? When did we stop being inspired by our own parents? Something went wrong.
Yeah.
But for Singapore, we understand. I take it as in because the entire nation, in order for survival, we needed to be having better education because we cannot be farmers. So there was a lot of industry we cannot survive in Singapore. So the children had to have an education. They need to survive, right?
Yeah.
So that was a route out.
Okay.
But there are still so many jobs, still so many industry that can be improved. So that the children, if they were to come back into this industry with the parents' help and experience, with the understanding from the parents how to improve this for the next generation, not to make it easier, at least make it doable, make it that they are proud of it. Obviously, sometimes be realistic lah. As a hairdresser, don't imagine that you can drive a Lamborghini lah. I mean, is there a chance? Yeah, lah, just make sure that your chance is much thinner lah. Like, not say don't have lah. I mean, I do have friends who is driving McLaren in Singapore.
Also hairstylist. Wow. Okay.
So,
not bad, quite lucrative.
I mean, they hit the right business, right formula, and then they built the right business at the right time, and then the trend. Because if you look at it, the last 10 years, it's all about female doing perms. So there was a lot of women doing perms, and that is actually quite, in the business sense, very lucrative.
I see. So it's not really about the industry. It's really about the mindset and what do you do with the resources that you have. Yeah. Because anyone can make it in any industry.
Exactly. And then I feel that we have lost this, the mother duck bring the little ducks along the way.
Yes.
When I was growing up, this was like a basic story that we always watch. 妈妈鸭子带着孩子. Like you learn along the way. And somewhere that very notion, that pride as being a parent is no longer in existence. Like parents felt that, I don't want my children to be like me. I just felt that it was wrong.
Maybe they gave up on their approach
themselves
and their way of life.
I agree. I'm sure there are many situations. Maybe the industry is sunset, or maybe there wasn't a way that you like your job. Maybe you hated your job from the first place. That's why you don't want your children to do that. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
maybe you think about it, why not like it? Why not you be good at it to have a choice to like it? Just like for my same thing, for my daughter, in a way, she was forced.
Really? Forced by who? You?
Yeah.
Or the wife?
In a way.
Okay.
But the approach was a bit different because you see, as standard, right? In Singapore's education system, after you finish your O-levels, you will be given the opportunity to do one thing, is to choose your next step. How do you choose your next step? The usual way.
You pick a trade and then you decide that this has some future in it, so you go into it.
So who tell you there's a future?
Based on macro trends and what the
Parents,
government say.
Well,
Are you sure?
well, my parents decided against one of the courses that I want to take. So I guess parents have a big say too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
When the parents want to take the responsibility, I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then there's a chance where now parents being influenced by their kids, or the parents' influence on the child's choice of education is based on a bloody book. Usually it's what? The open house book. It's all about marketing, right? Like those people who write the book of all the courses that the student go for, it's no longer about the industry that the child wants to go into, but rather the child's intention, their intention of enjoying during that couple of years in school. Or I go to this school because got these activities. It's not about future proving of skills, but the enjoyment of education. That was somewhere the natural thing. So at that time, when my daughter decided to what she wanted to do for her poly, because she really have a very good result, as basically anything in poly she can study. And then she was like, I think maybe I think maybe this one like this one looks interesting like. Oh, you just like that. You didn't. What do you want with this?
Yeah.
So what is the career path you want? What is this? So to me, I just felt something was off. Even though I am not highly educated, I did not even finish my secondary school years. But at that moment, I know that decision she's going to make is actually wrong.
How do you know
not the
that?
right way to study.
How do you know that instinctively?
Because she was just choosing because it's what she read on the book.
Oh.
So it's a description
thought process behind that.
There's no like, I want to have a job. I want to provide a service. I want to go this job because of this. I want to do this because I can do this. Because
so it's literally more like what you say, like, this looks fun.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I try lor. 1 year not like, I try again lor. 5 year not like, I try again lor. Isn't that has happened to so many people today? And we accept it as children are exploring.
Well, they did say 90% of graduates don't do the degree that they study
and
for.
that itself, to me, is one of the biggest sin that we are doing in this modern day society. Because when you study something that you do not want to do or you didn't go for, you took away the opportunity for someone who actually really want to. And that's why our industry is also chaotic right now. So when I was in that position, I said no. So I told my daughter, you take 1 gap year.
To discover.
Because and you stay in the salon. Come to the salon and work.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I have a lot of clients who are professional. Many of them are high flyers. Take the opportunity to talk to them and they will take care of you. Because my daughter has always come to the salon since very young. Many of them know her. So I told her, why don't you just talk to them? Let them talk to you. Let them advise you. At least they give me face, they will tell you, why they like or why they don't like. I will definitely link the right person to her. People who actually likes the job. At least you understand the rationale why
behind the job
Yeah.
and why they chose that path.
Correct.
And what's
then
the
they'll
good
be
and
in
bad.
better advice. So let's say you're into computing. So I find one of my clients who is in the computer science or computer industry and then talk to you in the tech industry, talk to you, or arts industry, talk to you. Then at least get someone who is better informed than me and not just half guess.
Yeah.
That year was interesting. When she started to join, then that year I was starting to do a lot of things and she was helping me a lot. And then the clients also start to recognize her. So I think about 9 months down in the work, clients are, hey, Chloe, you're doing a good job. Wow, very nice. You wash hair very comfortable. You this, you this. And then she started to have some half thoughts, whether she wants to study or not.
Oh, okay.
Then she also never go and research lah. So she didn't really go and spend time to exactly study what she wants to study.
Okay.
And then we had another talk. If you're going to go poly, you're going to take 3 years.
Yeah.
To explore and try. Why not? You already take 1 gap year, exploring here already 1 year. Take another 2 more years. It's the same time that you take in study poly to see whether can you build interest on the subject or not. Why not you do 3 years to see will you be able to build an interest on this or not? If not, at least you have 3 solid years of experience of doing something, that process itself.
So is the doing of something in the hair salon or?
Yes, in the hair salon. So at least you're committed to something fully for 3 years. It's the same way. If you would eventually choose a course to study, you need to be committed for 3 years.
Yeah, definitely.
So at the very least, have 3 years of commitment. And within that 3 years, prove yourself something. And she was in the right time, right place. A lot of things happened at that very moment. So I was reconnected with the product company. I was doing more shows, more events. I was doing seminars. And then she came along.
Oh.
Instantly, she was in the position to see the highest point as a hairdresser. Eventually, is to be on stage. We were on the biggest stage in Singapore.
Oh.
To help to do events, to help me to do seminars. She was down there doing my background, help me to prepare the slides and everything. So she actually got to see that the highest or the deepest point to hairdressing. And then now she choose.
Oh, wow.
Then when she, of course, after that, just nice COVID hit.
I see.
But then during the COVID, that commitment in doing better hairdressing, because that time everybody is being challenged.
Yeah.
Then the hygiene, keeping everything well done, the operation, working together as a team, building everything better. Then she felt eventually her position. And then of course now this couple of years where she's doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
With the help of social media and also the recognition from the clients that she gather, she is building her own career path, her own style with the same philosophy.
Wow. Interesting.
Because our brand is all about education. So even if you have a chance to look at her content is also, you can see a lot of talking. But
Consultation and talking.
But she's not like me, where we do the raw consultation.
Yeah.
Right.
Hers is there are videos of non-verbal one, just the action. But it's all about her showing how she help a client, teach a client to style the hair. Our practice, the core is the same. Now she's at the position where she is exploring her own uniqueness. So that's where I'm not there to teach her anymore, but I'm just there where she seeks, she asks, I answer.
Yeah. So she's now developing her own flair, her own style, but have already taken away all the philosophy and
Correct.
The stuff that you have.
What makes the brand? What makes my salon? What makes Roots Where Hair Begins? Something so unique. Because that's where our clients resonate with us. We don't have some salons, you ask them, what is your clientele? Oh, my clients is like this A-list or this demographics, this
celebrity.
Or like this price point.
Usually, yeah.
If I were to tell you my clients actually save up to come to me, would you feel proud or will you feel shy?
Absolutely.
Right? So to me, I respect them. Because to me, you respect me for what I can do for you. And if you appreciate, obviously I appreciate you, right?
Yeah.
And you just think about it. Someone actually save up just to do hair. And some of them, they are really they're not like high flyers where they can just spend thousands just like that. No. To save up half a year to do hair. Somebody will say, you crazy. I will use this money, go Thailand already.
Well, different priorities, different lifestyle. Yeah, not your target client.
No.
Yeah.
My clients are those who love their hair. Just the simplest way to put it this way.
Yeah, love their hair. Let's continue on. I mean, we are going in a very deep conversation on this. And I'm so happy that, we hear a lot of stories about second generation business, third generation business, how the father worked till very, very old and then cannot take over the business anymore, want the son to take over, but somehow the son is not interested. So I'm very happy to hear a story where, your daughter actually fell in love with this craft and decided to pursue her own. Yeah, so I think that is amazing. I mean, amazing job that you have done as a father.
I'm so glad it worked. It was definitely a big risk, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
How many parents in today's context will stop their children at secondary level? But personally, I will definitely sound pompous on this already. I don't even have O levels. I'm quite sure I don't sound that way. So to me, it's not the paper qualification that defines my educational level.
Or your success.
Or my success.
Yeah.
So it is what I have that you feel impressed, that's all is enough. My history, does it matter? No. What is that you're seeking here right now at this moment? Just like a client sitting on my chair or having this podcast with you, does it really matter? I don't think so. What matters is that this very moment, when we come to this point, what do we want to generate?
Yeah.
And do we generate it well enough? I think that's the most important one.
Yeah. And it's not the first time that we've seen a old stereotype industry revive. I mean, just recently we spoke to Tommy Pang.
Yeah.
He owns 24 outlets in the hawker industry as a 28-year-old. And he's also saying because of the government's approach of how they want to revitalize a hawker culture.
The right timing.
Correct. Now a lot of young ones who are entrepreneurial, right, are actually coming into the hawker industry, and it suddenly became a cool industry again.
A hip one.
Yeah, a hit one. So what makes us think that it's not going to happen for the hair industry? Maybe it will. It's just about the right time, right?
Having said that, just yesterday, I think I just released my latest video. So I'm having 2 interns.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Guess where the interns come from?
I don't know. Uni?
One is considered.
Oh, diploma.
So they are both from Nanyang Fine Arts.
Wow. Okay.
So they are, and the interesting part is that it is student initiated approach.
Not you trying to hire them.
It's not that I go to Nanyang. I want to have interns. You got interns for me or not? It's not that. It was that they message us through social media.
Yeah.
And then they say, I saw that you are looking for someone. Are you willing to accept part-time? Or are you okay to take interns? Because I want to know about the industry. I feel like I want to try in this industry. And I'm seeing your content. I like your approach in hairdressing. And I want to learn something. And then from there, I say, come down for an interview. And then the interview was good. And I felt that, I'm comfortable in having them as interns.
Yeah.
So then that's where we turn around and we approach Nanyang.
Oh.
Yeah, so NAFA, I'm sorry. So NAFA came back. Then they were also very happy that they had student-initiated one. Because that's what we want. We want younger adults today to take charge.
Yeah.
We want to empower them the ability to take charge.
Yeah.
Not to just let them choose because we don't care. That's not the right way. But we know that they want to take charge because they want to care. And then we are there to guide them.
Yeah. And it shows how your efforts have paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Starting from daughter and then now graduates from Nanyang Fine Arts. Wow.
So, intern, not graduate.
Intern. Okay, but soon to be graduates.
Yes. So maybe if one day if they graduate and then they felt that they really connect with this and they want to give this a try, and then with what they have studied with in NAFA, they can bring it to the industry and build the industry better.
There will be new
innovation,
things, new insights that they can bring in.
Exactly. From their understanding on how we can work together. And not like come in and, I'm going to change the industry. No, you won't have the ability. But what can you offer that can help me to do that?
Yeah.
Help us to improve. Not change, but improve. Because I feel that sometimes we are still too brainwashed to, I want to see me and I want to like do a big change there. I feel so important. No. Even right now, I'm not here to change the industry. I'm merely here to facilitate that movement where hairdressing itself will get better. And why not? I mean, I see it for myself. How many hairdressers do you hear that has the opportunity to travel around the world, free because of work, in a way lah. They paid for everything and get paid some more. Not many. And especially from Singapore. Even if you want to even go deeper with my educational level, even lesser odds of it. Yeah. But that doesn't stop. But if I don't try to bring this out, then it doesn't grow.
Absolutely. You know, I want to take the last segment, right, to talk about differentiation. Because your business approach, your philosophy and your approach towards marketing and creating business models is very unique. Yeah, so definitely how I met you is through TikTok as well, with your multi-figure, multi-zeros followers, right? And how you are changing in terms of your product offering as well. So could you share a little bit more about why social media? Where do you get the idea to start that? I think all of us are on the same page on one thing now. What is the most important commodity in today's context?
Attention.
So we all understand. So the person or the entity that holds someone else's attention will be the wealthiest. Not in terms of finance, but in terms of the ability to create finance if I want to. Wow. I mean, if I can't hold your attention, how can I make money from you? Right? You got to start from there. Right? Is monetary exchange the only option? No.
No.
But using social media gives me the opportunity to do what I've always been saying, that I want to do this, but I say so many years already, nothing happened. I want to bring the industry together. I've been talking to people so many years, to the extent some people will say, how lian. I'm merely sharing. Hey, can do this like that, you know. To some of them is that, why are you showing off? Because the point is, people's mindset we cannot control.
Yeah.
So what if I share with 5% and then they feel that I'm negative? But if I can share to 5 million, I believe I will have more positive outcome. And then through the platforms that is across, if I gather enough traction to get people to feel that hairdressing can be something else, and then if I were to be able to impress someone to be a hairdresser in my narrative and share my same experience where as a hairdresser, we touch lives. We help people to be happy. We help people to be confident. Along the way, we get paid for it. Along the way, we have a lifestyle that we enjoy. Along the way, we have things that we can do within our power. And then they say it because I use social media, because I'm not faking it. And I'm quite sure. And it has been the same narrative, same motion, same person, what you see online and you see offline. To me, I feel that today, social media has a soft shift. Authenticity is getting to be one of the most important commodity that you need to have in social media.
Yeah.
People want to feel real.
Yes.
And they want to feel it real when they have a chance to see you.
That's true.
Like you see,
Must be congruent. Cannot be another personality offline.
So they don't want celebrities in that sense.
Yeah.
They don't want actors, actresses. They don't want you to act. Even let's say if you're online, you're a clown, then people want to expect you to be a clown
in real life.
offline. Yes.
Yeah.
So it becomes a choice.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I'm not a clown, but I'm definitely a very friendly uncle. Sometimes. So
I like that caveat sometimes.
so I feel that social media itself is one of the angle that not all, I won't say all, but most of us should dabble to build our current digital presence. Because I know AI might replace, or I know we can get hacked, or there's all this possibility. If you're afraid of the negativity of what might come, then you delude yourself from what is the positivity. So why not do it? You might have a chance that you get hacked.
Yeah.
What if you are not? And your anger itself is positive. Why would someone... so what if they hack? What's the point of taking a positive account and then you try to do something negative with it? Nobody will believe also.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's interesting you said that, right? Because based on your results on social media, I know that it's very hard to book you. Right.
Sort of.
Be very honest. What is your waiting time right now if I want a hair appointment?
Usually the average is about 3 to 4 weeks.
Well, that's 1 month waiting time, right?
But you think about it. The reason is because I don't do a lot of clients a day.
Oh yeah, that's what.
One of the reasons. So you cannot say that I'm like super popular, right? If you say I'm super popular, I one day do 50%. But I'm not.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
I have a limit to how much I want to do. Not can or not, it's want or not.
And you have a choice now because
Exactly.
you have built a brand.
And also because I need to take care of myself.
Of course.
If you are not happy with yourself, you will not be happy with your work. And then if you are not happy with your work, how can you be happy with yourself? It's a cycle.
Yeah,
Because most of us today, we are all wired. Work is part of our life.
that's true.
Why don't we make it a positive way? Because I have always getting this notion from people is that work has taken so much time away from my life.
Oh,
We talk about this quite a lot too.
Why is not your work part of your life where you are not being strained by it, but you rather it is an enjoyment? I know it's very challenging. It's not an easy task to do that conversion mentally.
yeah.
So how you would be able to do that is very, it's really up to very much of individuals' challenges.
Yeah, of course.
For me I have refined my skills to the point where every haircut is enjoyment.
Wow.
So every time I'm doing hair, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and someone pay me to enjoy myself. So what's not there to be enjoying?
As spoken from someone who have mastered the craft and is using the craft to be some craft and using the craft to build a business around it.
Yes.
A business that you love.
And eventually keep asking yourself, and you build. It's not just I enjoy cutting hair. So what else? I enjoy making people happy. And what else? I enjoy being paid. What else? I enjoy going to my salon. What else? Just keep adding to empower yourself to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it is you who determine how you feel.
That's true.
Who is to tell you shouldn't be happy? You choose yourself to be unhappy because someone says so. You chose that. That's it. That's the fact. But if someone says you should be unhappy, then you say, I'm happy. You're unhappy, your choice. I'm happy. So, but I'm not trying to make it sound philosophical. I'm just trying to make it simpler. While 50-year-old is not old, but I've gone through quite a fair bit of things. I'm definitely gone through a lot of high and lows in my life to come to this position to say a lot of things is really just that simple. You just have to choose the positive angle and then surround with the positive people to support the positive angle. Because people who wants to be negative are doing the exact same thing.
Oh, just in a negative way.
Yes, they are just doing the same thing. And then it's your choice which one you want, ma.
There's a lot of attraction as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I was in depression. All right. So for someone who came up from depression never goes away. It is a very addictive emotion which you can feel more deeply than happiness.
Wow.
It is a chemical. There's a chemical reaction that goes into your body. You actually feel more things when you're sad, when you're depressed. Ache, the coldness, the sweat, the tears, the ultimate thoughts that is going through your mind at that moment when you want to feel depressed is absolutely attractive. Because it's constant. It's always so much easier to feel more and more depressed. That's why you see when people fall into depression, it's hard to get out. But will it be able to be extinguished? No. But it can be maneuvered. It can be manipulated. And that's when you start constantly putting yourself in the position where you choose.
I see.
I choose positive. I'm this sad. Why? I have been sad before. What for? I know I want to be sad. But what does it give? What is the point? If I start feeling happy, then I start to actually have more visual entertainment. I'll be honest. Sad is here, all here. I'll be honest. For my case, depression is all inside. The pain, choice, all the angles, all the struggle, all the voices. But once you start to choose positivity, start to enjoy, you can actually start to feel things. It's different. You don't think, you feel. Like now, I can feel this aircon blowing at me. I enjoy it. I can feel this light not poking into my eye. I can feel this mic almost meet my face. How can I make a joke? Maybe I knock myself. You start doing things to feel it physically. And that's, to me, how I maneuver myself out of being in the depression state. Or just the most oldest one, go exercise and sweat it out. At one point I was like...
That works too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was cycling quite crazy then.
But I really resonate with what you say. Because, for myself, I also have a period of life where I went through that, right? And I absolutely can understand when you say depression or that feeling of sadness can be very addictive.
Yeah.
But it's when you also, not to put down people with depression or mental disorders, right? But there is also a point where you can, in a certain way, make a decision for yourself that I want to consciously do something and move away from it. And that kind of changes the psychology of it. So I think that's powerful. Yeah.
Yes, of course. And I always feel that the outreach hand is within your reach.
You need to ask for it.
You just have to reach out.
Wow.
There will always be someone there to hold your hand to pull you out. It's just that sometimes we refuse to open our eyes and then our heart to get out of it. We are humans, right? We are wired to think by all the exposure that we're getting. And currently, I feel quite sad for the generation is because there is so much more social media content or so much more content that is supporting sadness. And then, of course, with algorithm, it's even worse. You watch one sad video, it keeps pushing more.
It's an echo chamber.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, I do hope that my contents will be in the angle where I entertain people. I help people to feel happier. That's why I like to do sometimes my live stream to tease people, joke with people, have fun. And now some of my live stream is actually getting to become like a chat session among people. And recently there was a few cases I became anti-agony.
Anti-agony.
Yeah, because people are wondering, how can a person like myself be so positive all the time? I mean, I think that's the first impression, right? Wow, Guang Yao is like super positive.
Yeah, you have a lot of energy and a lot of life in you.
Yes.
Why not, lor?
Why not?
I know
easier said than done. Why not?
Yeah,
when
you
will be able to tell it the same way when one day when you reach it. The why not is when you've done it already, it's just really that simple. How do I glorify something simple? You want to make it sophisticated when you want to feel sophisticated, right? But I don't need to. It is really just like that. Maybe the process itself, I can't word down. I cannot really. I cannot like, how did I go through this journey exactly? Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I set up a course for it.
Yeah.
No. But how did I get to this? Is I just chose it, lor.
Wow, amazing. That was a very deep conversation. Well, beyond business, right? It's really about life, right? It's about what you're satisfied with and what's the meaning of life ultimately. Because business is just a vehicle, right? Business is a vehicle to either let us express our crafts, make some money, live the lifestyle that we want. But more than that, it's really about human interaction and something so deep that I learned from you today, which is amazing.
Maybe I share with you one lesson I learned from the Chinese culture. The very concept of Taoism.
Oh, okay.
So Taoism itself in Chinese word is Tao. And Chinese has been in our whole concept of history based on a book called the Book of Changes, I Ching. I Ching basically has this whole all concept evolved around just a very simple mindset. Yin and yang, yin yang. Why? Because everything else that we know of, we need to compare. Every single thing. Without comparison, there is no possibilities. If you don't have anything long, you don't know what is called short.
Relative.
Correct. Comparison and relativity. So this is where the Chinese in Taoism has evolved so many thousands of years ago, because this Book of Changes was way beyond thousands of years. It is called Tian Shu, a book without words. The earliest version of the book is only just symbols and dots. It's a mathematical book where they use it to decipher or use it to actually learn about nature. But that was how the book came about. Then it came out and it evolved to Bakwa. Then evolved to what you know as now Feng Shui. And of course, a lot of the other folklores. And even the Chinese medicine is based on that.
Yeah.
So in I Ching itself, or Taoism itself, the very concept of things is always about comparison. After years of reading this, studying these books, I came up with this mindset. In terms of understanding life and death itself, we will never be able to. Because we never know the day we were born. There's no memory. Do you think you will have memory when you pass away?
Don't know. Haven't
been
there.
You can't be, exactly. You won't know when is the moment of your life. The ending, you never know. You can't remember the beginning. So the two extreme of human life is life and death. And the Chinese knew that there is no answer to life nor death, because you can't know how life is nor how death will be. But what is left is right in between. The whole process of life and death is what you actually need to think about. And it's just that simple. What you want within that period of time before you die and the day you were born, that whole journey is life. Work in that. Work with that. Chose that. Everything that is inside is part of it. You don't have to like or hate it. It's just part of it. What makes you hate definitely came with the emotion of likeness. What makes you angry is from the height of happiness. That's Taoism. Our ancestry has been given us so much of this for thousands and thousands of years. And we forgot that we learned it from them. And one of the key reasons why you always I always let people think that I'm philosophical is actually it's not. I'm just merely using this simple comparison of yin and yang, of positivity and negative, and what's in between. What I yearn for right now, everything I do is based on what is in between of the two extremes. I identify this, I look for what is in between, I find the balance. That's why I have always doing things.
Well, thank you so much for sharing so many different aspects of life. Right, it's a good point to reflect about that as well. And of course, a lot of different things around it, not just about the hair industry, but more than that.
We are all intertwined, everything.
Yes.
Of course. We like to ask our next guest a question from the previous guest. Yeah. So we have the question ready from the previous guest. What do you think is the purpose of entrepreneurship?
The purpose of entrepreneurship is the ability or the willingness to take up the responsibility to build something where others can rely on you.
Wow.
I will stem this into our Chinese culture again. The context of the traditional Chinese businessman was never to build a business to bring wealth to themselves, but to build a business to provide life and livelihood for people who chose to work under them. The boss' responsibility is to secure the wellness and welfare of the families that works for them, not the person who is working.
Wow.
Because the person who works takes the money to feed the family. So as the employer, which is the entrepreneur, is to have that responsibilities of lives that is being placed in your lap.
I love that. I resonate with that so much.
I know you resonate with that because she always says this, that as a business owner, what we are carrying on our backs is multiple HDBs of our team members, of their family, that we are making sure that they have some sort of provision for. Yeah.
Because this, I was inspired by my own maternal grandfather in his own autobiography. So when he was very old, when he was retired, then one of my uncle recommended him to write his autobiography since he had so much free time. Within his autobiography, there was one period of his life that he was actually doing quite well as a contractor. And that time was the 1960s, the late 60s actually. He was doing very well during that time. And one of the incidents that caused him to be bankrupt was during the riots. So a lot of businesses, a lot of riots, a lot of them, there was also a lot of
Worker strike.
Yes, strikes.
So there was a lot of workers on strike because that was during the 1960s. There was all the
union strikes.
Unions, correct. So he was heavily affected. Either he don't deliver his business like everybody else, everybody fail, or he has to deliver the business that he has contracted with. But to deliver the business he has contracted with is to actually hire other people out of his current union, which is going to pay more. But after you do that, your old workers will not come back. Your business will fail. And that's what happened to him. To honor him, he was to honor his words for the jobs and also those workers who decided not to go on strike. Because not everybody went for strikes.
Of course.
So to take care of those workers who actually wants to, because if the business at that time don't deliver, they will not get paid. He don't have the money to pay. But in order to do that, he will not have any benefits. He will not earn enough. And then because of that, to honor himself and to take care of the workers that was willing to work, he lost his business. But because of his approach, I learned a lot of integrity from his life. As he was also one of the earliest, he's definitely a pioneer in Singapore then. And one of the earliest facilitator that encouraged the deities temple in Toa Payoh. So last time, every temple only one deity. So he pushed all the temples to come together to share the space, unite the place so that they can continue to have the practices. And he was also the grassroots leaders that helped a lot of people. And during his years, when he was still around, and I was still very young, when I go out walks with him, you can see the way people greet him was with respect, not fear. Not because he's a government person or not. He's not. He's just an old man. But everyone greeted him with so much love, so much care. Because he was there helping people. So that was very inspirational. It was very impactful to me. That's why I can still remember.
Wow. Great. So we will like you to think of a question for the next guest as well. So we will not reveal who the next guest is. It's usually a different industry and they are thought leaders in their own field as well. So what is one question that you've been maybe trying to figure out yourself, and you'd like to tap on the intelligence and experience of the next person? As
a business owner, has it ever come to a point in your career that you want to be that icon that you hope that people can be?
So your question is, when is that point?
When or do you
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because not everybody would have that.
Yeah, of course.
And this also stem out to just now our conversation on why my industry is on the decline at certain position is because there's no second generation to improve it.
Yes.
So we are on the stagnated position because the repeat of the business model.
Yeah.
You have people start the business and then the business close down. The people start the business close down. We don't have many brands that is, I would say, generational.
Yeah.
So currently my brand is on the second generation.
I mean, your mom was also a hairdresser, right?
But it wasn't the same brand.
Okay.
So the difference would be that will she eventually choose to inherit my brand? I cannot force it on her.
Yeah.
So if she were to choose to inherit my brand, she would inherit the philosophy.
I see.
Because my brand is the philosophy. It is not about me. It was never about Guang Yao, the famous hairdresser. It's Guang Yao brought hairdressing to clients to feel confidence. So it's that philosophy. It is never about, the glory of one. That's why for Chinese, why we have so much respect for our ancestor is because we are not who we are without the accumulation of knowledge and ability from the generations before. That's why the Chinese always, if there's a fire, grab the ancestral tablet and run.
Yeah.